我叫 Keshav， 我上麦哲伦国际学校5年级。我学中文学了3年，我很喜欢学中文，因为我有可以用语言跟别人沟通。Yo puedo hablar mi español en muchas ocasiones, como cuando yo viajo con mis papás a España o México. Yo puedo ordenar la comida, yo puedo dar direcciones a una persona que maneja un taxi, yo puedo hacer muchas otras cosas. También yo puedo hablar mi español aquí en Austin, como con personas que no hablan inglés o como con personas que sus habilidades de inglés no son tan buenas. Y yo me encanta hablar español porque me da una oportunidad de comunicar con personas nuevas.
Does it match?
Yeah.
You found a pair. You just keep them in front of you. All right, your turn. Lulu, your turn.
When the opportunity came to be able to start a school that had a lot of those ingredients that I had in my own education, an IB education and multiple language education, an education that promotes the ability of children to take risks and find their passions. I was very attracted to that. And it was such a strong idea and such a strong concept and such a different school for Texas that I said, I have to go and do this. You know, I left my own school, my own family-owned school in Colombia, and all the comforts of being there and being very settled, and took my husband and children and brought them over. And yes, we started from scratch, but knowing that this was a very powerful idea. And I also had the passion and the conviction that this was going to work out. We started with 45 kids from year 1 and then went to 400 and almost 60 now. And it's not about only the academic program and the enrollment and the number of children, it's building a community. Building a community for Austin that did not exist, and sort of meeting that need of a lot of people here wanting their children to have this kind of progressive education and have this bilingual education and all the things they themselves could not have, which is part of the reason why Aaron started this whole thing in the first place.
So when my kids were about to start their schooling, specifically my son moving into kindergarten, I decided to go check out all the various schooling options around town. And I came back from that whole experience just incredibly disappointed because I found a huge lack of vision for what they really wanted to achieve in this world. Having been able to achieve my own childhood dream, having been at a school that I completely loved being at the entire time I was there, I looked at my kids and I thought, how can I give them anything less than what I got? And having moved from Mexico to the United States was kind of like an added incentive, because I thought to myself, well, don't people come here to like live the American dream? And for me, that was turning out, I was worried that it was going to turn out being backwards, that my kids were not going to get the education that I was able to get growing up outside the United States. With that, and then kind of looking at the broader landscape of like, what are we going to do in this country to really raise a generation of kids that are empowered, I just decided to essentially, quit my job and start a school.
What's unique about the IB, while it covers most of the subjects and subject areas in traditional schools, it aims to develop lifelong skills and specific attributes in every child. And all that is usually guided through the student's inquiry. So that's the part that I enjoy the most, that, every question is important.
Most of our students come from English-speaking environments. Our language of instruction is Spanish. Our little ones are exposed 80% of the time to Spanish, so they will soon start producing and speaking orally.
Ella es Luna, es un búho, huevo en cereal, las partes del cuerpo, ojos, nariz, boca, manos, orejas y cerebro y patitas.
Not only are they learning the skills you would learn in a public school system, but it goes beyond that because he's critically thinking about it. He's not just learning the formulas or just learning the theory. They're actually critically arriving at how that theory works. So there's a whole process to whether it is a math formula or a science theory, but they themselves reach there. And so to me, that enhancement and learning just solidifies how he can then learn it and then apply it to something else, which at the university level, that's what we want.
The iLab is a hub for innovation here in Magellan, and what it does is it allows the students to take classroom knowledge and turn it into something actionable so they can actually do real things with what they are learning here. One of the big ideas of the iLab is to engage students with real things, and that includes tools but also ideas themselves. And one of the ones that really had an impact with fourth grade, for instance, was learning how to manage a big project and lots of pieces. So they learned an approach to project management called Agile and a flavor of it called Scrum, which allowed them to take all these complex moving pieces and parts and practice that collaborative element that is hard for kids sometimes, and have a project start and then finish, but in a way that was more approachable and manageable for them. And it was such a hit that they took it not only in the classroom, but some of the students brought it home and they started helping their parents get organized, and they are now using it in the classroom just to keep the class organized. That was really special.
I have seen families with couples with the same sex coming here and being very concerned at first of how the student is going to be included in the classroom and how they as a family are going to feel included in the classroom or in the community. And they find out that we all are so open-minded to receive every type of family because we all are just human beings.
Through our differences, we learn from each other. And I guess we learn how to respect the world around us.
I think we have a warm school. The faculty is very warm, the kids are warm, and that's what you really want. If you have that warmth, then as long as the people who are coming are patient and the people who are here are patient, then things work out.
If you're looking for a school that's going to inspire your child to really find their purpose in life and go pursue it with all the skills necessary to be able to achieve it in a highly complex and changing global environment where they're going to have to deal with and compete with kids from all over the world, kids that have a worldview that may not be shared with them, other people that speak other languages, and even take on jobs that may not exist yet. If you want an education that's going to prepare kids to deal with the uncertainty of the future, be risk takers, be inquirers, and be passionate goal seekers towards their mission in life, this is a place to send them.